Welcome, everybody. As we prepare for service, I'll ask you to please shut your phones down and let's hold a moment of thought, prayer. As Mahalo Keakua, we say thank you, God, for the blessings this service brings to the world, and that God's greatest good be done in all our lives in this service, spreading out aloha with unity. And so it is. Amen.
Is this background music staying?
Wherever you come from. Mahalo. Thank you for joining us here at Unity of Kona. As we start with the E O Mai prayer chant, the Hawaiian prayer chant beseeching the Great Spirit and our ancestors for the wisdom. Layers of kauna, meaning of the story, different octaves within the chant. The first octave is the reason, well, why would we be telling these stories to our children? And then the highest octave is, well, the stories of our lives that become our stories, our lessons in life that we learn from, our experiences. We never have to repeat things over and over. We set down our grievances in stones. And then no matter how deep darkness of night might appear, there's always the Ela, the dawning of a new day. And we don't have to pick up any stones of yesterday. So every day we learn from these experiences and move forward smarter and wiser from these last lessons. And so it is, the Hawaiian prayer chant. Well, I'd like to welcome for our other opening prayer this morning with Reverend Margie Hyett, our guest speaker for today. So please welcome Margie Hyett.
Thank you. Aloha.
Aloha.
I want to share with you this morning an invocation written over a century ago by our co-founder, Charles Fillmore. Charles wrote in the typical language of the time, and it's been updated by a treasured minister and educator within the Unity system to the affirmative voice. So open your hearts to the presence of the divine energy moving through this treasured prayer. I am the presence of pure being, emanating the whole spirit of life, love, and wisdom. I am all that God is expressing from the point of me. Touch your heart if you choose. I am presence and power of Blessed Spirit. As I express divine wisdom, all thoughts of mortal limitation have no power over me. I am the substance and power of pure love, bringing into manifestation my world according to divine law. And so it is.
Go. Good morning. It's so good to see all of you. I've missed several weeks because I was part of that flood. And I'm so grateful to be back, to be kind of swimming into this sea of love. That's what I think of when I think of our Unity community, where it's just like a sea of love. Would you all stand with me as we say our affirmation for this month? Thank you. Together, I rise and renewed, resilient, and open to the divine possibilities unfolding within me. And our vision statement is a world family of oneness, peace, and love. And our mission statement, to inspire spiritual growth and service through the active practice of love, prayer, faith, joy, and honoring one as a child of God. And let's continue to stand as we sing our opening song, New Beginnings, as our choir comes forward to help us.
Feels like we've been here before. Echoes from years ago. Trying to break the patterns to find peace of mind and create a new life. You can stay. You're on your way to better days. You're breaking away. This is your new beginning. Walk through the door and keep on living. Now you can shout, you can cry, sing it out and say goodbye to days before that left you spinning. Yeah, this is your new beginning. Taking time to heal your wounds. In your mind, flowers start to bloom. There is beauty in owning your past. You are free, make the good times last. You can stay. You're on your way to better days. You're breaking away. This is your new beginning. Walk through the door and keep on living. Now you can shout, you can cry, sing it out and say goodbye to days before that left you spinning. Yeah, this is your new beginning. Be kind to yourself when you fall back. You are not lost, you are right on track. There's a whole world out there, many roads to be traveled. Take a chance and dare. Yeah, this is your revival. This is your new beginning. Walk through the door and keep on living. Now you can shout, you can cry, sing it out and say goodbye. The days before that left you spinning. Yeah, this is your new beginning. Your new beginning.
Let's take a moment to stay standing and greet our neighbors with a handshake or a hug, whatever's comfortable. Yes. Now we'd like to welcome our visitors. So if you haven't been here for a long time, or if this is your first time here, we'd love it if you'd stand and tell us your name and where you're visiting from. Do we have anyone? Yes. Oh, yes. We recognize you. Yes. We're so glad you're back, enjoying our beautiful, beautiful island. Yeah, and being with us. So let's say together to everyone and to all of us, aloha and God bless you. Yes, because we want everyone to feel blessed that is with us. For our announcements today, we always remind you that if you need prayer support, we believe in prayer. So there are little pages like this that are on the back table that you can fill out and put them in the prayer box, and they will be prayed over here, and then they will be sent on to Silent Unity, where they will be prayed for 30 days. So get ready for fabulous answers to your prayers, because we know that prayer works around here, and we want to make sure that you feel supported in your prayers that you have. Our announcements, the rest of our announcement, Tom is going to come and share with us.
Yeah. Hello. We want to start out with our team member of the month. And those of us that have been here know it's Elaine. Mahalo, Elaine, for your loving service. We're blessed to have you at Unity of Kona. Elaine is music director and currently serves as a board member. She is editor of our weekly newspaper, created the music booklets in the chair back pockets, takes charge of the bake sale for Circulation Day, shares luscious dishes, if I said that right, during fellowship, and volunteers to help for so many things. Elaine's can-do attitude, willingness to offer whatever support is needed, and share her time and talents is greatly appreciated. So much. You are a bright and shining light for us and for all to see, and we're grateful that you're here and for all that you do. Thank you, Elaine. We love you. Today at 11:15 is our board meeting, and everyone is welcome to attend. As a result of the damage to our fellowship area upstairs, we will not be having fellowship gatherings for a while yet. We will keep you updated, and more importantly, on when we'll be having a work party to get everyone cleaned up, or get everything cleaned up. I assume we're already clean. And put back where it belongs. We are looking for volunteers to assist Reverend Sophia in creating a written policy manual for Unity of Kona. If you are interested in participating, kindly add your name to the sign-up sheet at the back of the sanctuary. Monday evenings from 6 to 7, Dondi leads the ukulele jam sessions. And that's here in the sanctuary. Bring your ukulele, or there are some here for you to use, and come and have a great time playing ukulele with Dondi. For our regular weekly and monthly events, there is a flyer on the back of the table, or the back table at the back of the sanctuary. Feel free to pick one up. As you know, it takes a village to run our spiritual center. And so we appreciate everyone and every contribution that's made. We have opened it up so that anyone who is interested in joining in, whatever your talent and capacity, we would love to have you step forward and help us. Be a part of what's going on here. Right now, in addition to financial support, we are in deep need of Sunday greeters, platform, and audiovisual assistance. And I would extend a personal invitation to the music ministry. There are new sign-up sheets on the side table at the back, and so add your name, and please see Cindy, who is coordinating the volunteer list. There's a separate sheet for those who would like to read the daily word. Your support is absolutely essential, so thank you in advance. That's it.
Thank you, Tom. And now Cindy's going to come forward and read our daily word for today. Thank you, Cindy.
Aloha. Can you hear me? I hardly have a voice today. My life is filled with blessings and I am grateful. I'm going to say that again. My life is filled with blessings and I am grateful. I can feel that in every cell in my body. Oh, I'm doing the wrong day. You know what? That's because that's me today. Okay, I got it. I greet others with a friendly and open heart. The Bible contains many stories that encourage hospitality towards strangers. For instance, Jesus welcomed everyone to his ministry, from the hungry and the sick to the strangers and social outcasts. He loved unconditionally. Makes me think of dogs. They love unconditionally too. That same loving energy is within me. When I greet others with a friendly smile, I'm not only sharing one of the great lessons of Jesus, I'm expanding my world and giving myself the chance to learn and grow. If I feel hesitant meeting new people, I remember how it felt to be welcomed by friendly people when I was new to a school, a job, church, or town. I was grateful for those people who extended themselves in friendship to me. These memories inspire me to be friendly now. For I was hungry and you gave me food. I was thirsty and you gave me something to drink. I was a stranger and you welcomed me. Matthew 25:35.
And I think you guys are doing a great job on the friendly part. You're awesome. Okay, it's time right now to maybe put your feet on the floor, take a deep breath. Yeah, and visualize our sanctuary as a beautiful heart. Feel that loving energy of those around you flowing in and through you. See that loving energy flowing around every person here in the sanctuary. And spreading out to every person, every being on the earth and in this world. And if there are any events or circumstances in your life or anyone you know in need of prayer, see them in the center of this most beautiful, loving heart. As together we say the prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us. I am the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love of God. The power of God protects us. I am the power of God. The presence of God watches over us. I am the presence of God. Wherever I am, God is, and all is well. Yes. Right now, Elaine and Donde and the choir are going to come and sing Ho'oponopono. And the words are going to be on the screen so we can sing along. This is so cool. I have read 3 of the Ho'oponopono books just in the last month. I love it.
Yeah, if you incline to, please join us. Sing this song from your heart.
Living in a world that seems so unforgiving. Living a life that feels so unfulfilling. Have you ever had the feeling that you just want to get away? There is an answer to the madness, the old Hawaiian way. You gotta ho'oponopono day and night. Ho'oponopono gonna make things right. Let a little love into your heart. You gotta ho'oponopono throughout the day. Ho'oponopono the Hawaiian way. Love and forgiveness is a start. You've got to open up your heart. Let a little love in. It'll put a big smile on your face. You've got to open up your heart. Let a little love in. It'll put a big smile on your face. Someday things just don't seem to be going right. Everything you're doing just puts up a fight. You got some bad feelings that don't want to go away. There is an answer to the madness, the old Hawaiian way. You gotta ho'oponopono day and night. Ho'oponopono gonna make things right. Let a little love into your heart. Gotta ho'oponopono throughout the day. Ho'oponopono the Hawaiian way. Love and forgiveness is a start. You've got to open up your heart. Let a little love in. It'll put a big smile on your face. You've got to open up your heart. Let a little love in. It'll put a big smile on your face. You gotta ho'oponopono day and night. Ho'oponopono gonna make things right. Let a little love into your heart. You gotta ho'oponopono throughout the day. Ho'oponopono the Hawaiian way. Love and forgiveness is the start. Gotta ho'oponopono all day long. Ho'oponopono gonna make you strong.
It's amazing what Ho'oponopono will do. I did it all the way to church this morning. Yeah. Okay, we have a very special guest today. I'm very excited. She's going to be doing our message and our meditation. And it's Reverend Margie Hyett. And she first found unity in 1998. And after 2 decades of metaphysical study and knew she had found her spiritual home. Her journey led her from devoted student to a spiritual leader, beginning as a lay leader at the Unity of Bremerton, Washington. I'm from Bellingham. Margie has served Unity Church of Hawaii in Honolulu and supported ministries in a couple other areas that I can't pronounce. So you can tell them if you want to, but that's what I'm going to do. As well as Unity in a town in Mexico, because I can't pronounce that either. Okay. Now she's semi-retired, and Margie remains active on the ministry team and board of the trustees of Unity Church of Hawaii and enjoys guest speaking wherever she travels. And so we're so grateful she traveled to our island and is going to speak here today. Thank you. Yay.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Cindy. Oh, thank you all. I put on my glasses so I could see everybody all the way to the back row. Thank you. Oh, yes, it is. Got wiggled all around. Ooh, I'm hot. Thank you. Okay, but I can't operate with these. It's just to see your faces. Yes, Joshua, hi. Now I'm taking you all in. It's just lovely. Take a deep breath with me, friends. Into the presence of divine spirit that lives at the very heart of your being, that touches, enlivens, and activates the truth of who you are, the truth of your soul's depth, the truth of who you are called to be in this life, bringing light to this world. We breathe in fully, completely expanding our lungs. We exhale completely, emptying them all the way. Breathe in again fully and know that it passes through your heart as well as your lungs, that life-giving ha breath. Exhale, knowing that this holy breath carries away everything unlike the spirit of truth. Now just breathe gently, allowing that breath to move throughout all of your being, knowing that it is carrying the divine pattern of life, of wholeness, of well-being, of harmony and peace. And I invite you to call into your mind's image, using your inner sight, your imaginal sight, your creative energy. Call something into your thought this morning that centers you in a sense of deeply felt gratitude. A cherished pet, a beloved one, memory of some event or place that you cherish. Whatever moves the energy of a grateful heart within you, breathe into that and hold that image. And with each breath, know that this vibration of deep gratitude is moving from the center of your heart space, gently radiating through every cell of your physical being till gratitude envelops the whole of your body. And now sense how that subtle vibration of gratitude radiates outward from your center point to the edges of your energy field, and you are embraced by the divine movement of wholeness, light, and infinite love. We rest in this truth of who we are. We rest in this sense of gratitude and wholeness, knowing that as we create from this space within ourselves, we are tapping into the infinite resource of all that is. And so we carry this imprint, this vibration, this awareness with us throughout this day, every moment, and every day. And we say, thank you, God. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. And so it is. Amen. Could have read the order of service, I guess. Diana sent it to me very graciously last night. But I got to tell you, a funny thing happened on the way to Sunday morning. I spent yesterday with your Board of Trustees, and I left here saying, well, that talk is getting a start over. So I was given the opportunity to embrace the flow of this month's Sunday sermons with Reverend Sophia's guidance. And this is there, but it's also been adjusted. So you'll forgive me if I'm standing at my notes instead of doing much moving around today. That probably is helpful for the camera. But I want to bring you a message of rising into life again, following the season of resurrection. We've moved past that season. We are through the process of resurrection, and what follows is the season of rising. We accept this inner work, and we say yes. We say a holy yes to what Spirit now is ready to call forth in each of us and to call forth in this community. We remember that divine life is always more powerful than appearance. That's the lesson of the resurrection story, that divine life is more powerful than the appearances of our human experience. It's more powerful than fear, more powerful than the delays we experience, the disappointments, or even more powerful than uncertainty. And this is not only the story of Jesus' experience, but for us in our humanity, and certainly because we are the Christ presence as well. That pattern of the perfect template for beingness in humanity is printed within each of our souls. This is divine principle. Whether we are aware of it or not, or have received this knowing in our own hearts and minds, we are the Christ presence, called to live that energy in this life, to say the holy yes to this profound truth. What we teach in Unity, that resurrection is not only something that happened once centuries ago to Jesus, but it is the pattern of divine life. It's a spiritual process in our spiritual journey, each one of us. It's our soul's capacity to rise again and again and again into the greater realization of the truth. Resurrection means that something in us can come alive that had been dormant, that had been sleepwalking through life. We can feel hope rising in us. We can feel courage rising us. Vision can rise. Faith and wisdom can rise. And a community can rise. No matter what the past has been, right now we can experience taking off the shrouds of unconsciousness, leaving the tomb behind, and walking into the light, so that we can carry the light into the world. And this is where you all are in the Unity of Kona community. I want to say this is where we all are. And I say that humbly because since first being here 6 years ago, I hold your community and all of you in my heart, in my prayers, in my knowing that you are called to be the light, the presence, the truth for this community here in Kona, for all who have not yet found their way through these doors. But we're not merely talking about resurrection as some, la-di-da, beautiful spiritual idea. We are standing in that resurrection moment. And we are in the season of becoming, of what's next. to truly manifest the expansive vision as unity of Kona, let's recognize also that this is a season of discernment. A season in which an old chapter is giving away to a new one. And change, how do you feel about change? I know it can make me twitch. I also know that it's a necessary aspect of life that's growing and changing, expanding and transcending what we have known before. So we're in that season of asking not only to hope for what comes next, but to co-create with Spirit and to become inwardly aligned with it. You created together as a community in 2022 and 23 an expansive vision that when I looked at it thought, oh, baby. It's a vision that maps out something that I wonder, can any of us accomplish this in our lifetime? And what great seeds to plant for the future. But in our human thinking, it's truly a challenge to conceive that we can accomplish all that's on that list. But it is an invitation to accept a greater partner into that work, to enlist and activate the divine energy in accomplishing all that you imagine, which on paper seems more than formidable. And it's one thing to say as a community, we want something new. It's another thing. It's the deep work of the soul and the collective soul of this community to become the kind of consciousness that can receive, recognize, welcome, and co-create this new that you have imagined. So yesterday, as I spent some time with the Board of Trustees, we were exploring the journey of these years since I first visited you, which was very closely in the aftermath of Reb Deb Noel's sudden transition. And all the dedicated folks that I know, and countless of you that maybe I'm meeting you for the first time today, have stepped in to manage this church in that gap, in what seemed like an empty space, what felt like chaos in the early days. Good news, chaos is the vessel of creativity, and the light always follows the chaos. You are part of creating that light to move this church forward. It's been a huge amount of work, I realize, and know certainly for all of you. And the work of managing the church is not the typical duties of the Board of Trustees. But when there is no serving minister, y'all step up. And it's been a joy to watch this, and it's been my honor to be some small amount of help for you in the early years in this situation. You all lent your heart's energy to saying, yes, we want this place to continue. My life has benefited. I have been transformed through the experiences of this community, and I want that here for anybody else that comes through the door after me. So you've said yes to being what Spirit wants to call through this experience called Unity of Kona. That you want this community to rise into its expansive, vibrant life that is already present and wants to be more. In unity language, Unity of Kona is a divine idea in the mind of God. Can you breathe into that? Unity of Kona is a divine idea in the mind of God. Now, a divine idea in the understanding of our Unity co-founder, Charles Fillmore, is that this is the creative genesis of everything, the seed of anything that shows up in our own experience, our own lives. What Charles Fillmore taught from his understanding and deep study is that God creates the divine ideas. And how something moves from that divine idea of God's creation into something manifest, that's where we partner with the divine. That's where we contribute our energy, our knowing, our understanding. In Charles' often very poetic language, he said, we capture a divine idea and we clothe it with shape and form. Ooh. We use our imagination to do that work. We nurture the idea. We give it attention. We lend it our intention. And we speak about it to bring it to life. We share it whenever we are guided to mention it, because you never know what source your good will come from. But God does. And so you are invited to share this vision so that people can know what's cooking here at Unity of Kona. And so if they choose, they can become part of something grand that is moving forward from this day for years to come and continuing to expand. You never know who will be part of the future of this dream that you create. Only God does. But you have to be willing to speak it so they know the opportunity is here for them. When I was serving as the spiritual leader in Bremerton, Washington, I was actually coming to Honolulu for an internship. And in preparation for that, we were making plans to renovate our sanctuary. We were rebuilding the stage platform. We hoped to recarpet. We had pews that were disintegrating, and we wanted to replace them with modern, comfortable chairs like this. So we put together a plan. We included Spirit's movement in that plan. We had a budget, and then at a meeting, we presented it to the congregation. Well, a woman from outside Bremerton, from some distance away, had decided to be in church that Sunday. And she heard us talk about this plan. And we'd laid out our budget. It was on the screen. And we had, the build of the sanctuary platform amount. We had the chairs estimate. We had the carpeting estimate. Whoo! Big dream. And I was leaving. And so they were going to, the motivation was to finish this, to receive me when I came back to be the contracted spiritual leader as a licensed Unity teacher. Well, the woman who we'd never seen her before, I'm told she lasted about 6 weeks and never saw her again. She stood up at the end and walked up to me and handed me the budget for the carpet, $20,000. That had to be the work of God, because we had been planning intentionally with Spirit to have this project happen. When we can trust more than our own intellect, we are moving in divine wisdom, which always enters the equation whenever we invite it. But wisdom asks us, what is Spirit bringing forth here? What is wanting to emerge, to be birthed in this moment, and what is seeking expression through all of us now? Do you sense that the work of this community is not work for the human mind? Our human minds work with its limitations, our interior conflicts, oh goodness, our made-up stories. One of my favorite Einstein quotes is, "The human mind is a wonderful gift. Never should be in the driver's seat." Of course, we use our executive mind power to accomplish everything that we set out to do, but it's best accomplished by aligning the human mind with the unlimited capacity of divine mind. One of our true spiritual gifts is the power of imagination, the creative process with which our mind engages with that greater energy, and it works best when we allow the driver's seat to be occupied by the infinite intelligence that created the cosmos. When we are listening to our inner wisdom, we allow what wants to emerge through us. After rising, it's all about becoming. Not only about praying for a future beyond the I wish and hope kind of prayer, but about preparing our consciousness to meet our vision, to prepare the ground of our being, as the theologian philosopher Paul Tillich wrote. Mr. Fillmore always used the term beingness, and both of these invite us to know that God is so much more than a very big human kind of figure who resides in the clouds with the long white robe and the long white beard and the thunderbolt. You've got the vision with me, right? You grew up with that one like I did in the traditional church. And that serves us when that's where we are in our consciousness. But when we choose to empower ourselves with the presence of Spirit, what we call in unity the Christ light, the Christ mind, we move so far beyond that understanding of what God is. A minister colleague of mine shared a quote the other day that apparently came from a Presbyterian minister, happens to be my church of my childhood. See if you can resonate with this. You know you have made God in your image when it turns out that God hates all the same people you do. Yeah. This comment invites us to know how we have limited and minimized the power of the infinite with one of the saddest human expressions, yes? The presence that I know and trust, that I understand, is unlimited, infinite, ineffable. Of course, I'm still grappling with how always to interreact and relate and utilize this power, but I am confident of its existence, and I am confident that I will master getting out of its way in this lifetime. At least that's my goal. When we look at a limited understanding of the power of imagination, the term make-believe comes to mind, yes? I grew up with make-believe and Disney and princesses and magic, thinking like that. Unity teachings assure us that imagination is the capacity to make real. Charles Fillmore wrote that God ideates and we create. Yep. And first, we imaginate. Yesterday, preparing with the board, we went through a couple of spiritual anchoring processes, what I call setting the field. What did you come with today? What are you bringing to contribute? One word. Give me one word. What did you come to set in the field today? This is the audience participation part, folks. Connection. Thank you. Truth. Peace. Love. Thank you. A grand beginning for today's work and something that carries that field into the rest of our day, into all of our intention. When we create the field, then what we did yesterday was we moved into looking at what our spiritual gifts are, identifying maybe what we don't even realize we possess through a little exercise. It let us move into the space of expansive thinking. And my intention was to address this really grand vision that got created with Reverend Sophia's assistance and guidance in 22 and 23 that fills this whole chart like a spider web of all the things that might ever come into being in the work of this community, to serve your lives, to serve the community beyond the walls of this space, to reach out and literally have a positive effect of changing the world. And it was pretty massive, actually. And can you imagine what we sort of centered on as the major issue of concern right at this time in this community? Calling a new minister. It's had everybody's perhaps attention over a long period of time. I want you to know, I assume you all do, but I learned fully yesterday just what the search process looked like here in place. Now, Unity Headquarters gives churches a prescribed process of how to go about calling a new minister. In collaboration with their support, a church will provide an employment packet that describes the community and what you're wanting and desiring in a new minister. And then they serve as the clearinghouse doing the first level vetting of all candidates. So a candidate has to meet the basic requirements of your bylaws before Unity would forward a name to you, to the search team that is organized to consider new minister candidates. I learned yesterday that over the time your packet has been active, which is a year more, that there have only been 2 candidates. Well, we had this great conversation of how Unity is a great living in paradise kind of location, and wouldn't every Unity minister want a chance to live in Hawaii? Apparently not, silly people. Because the reality for many people is what we call paradise, for others is a deterrent. Yes? And so there hasn't been a lot of activity at the surface awareness of this search process. That is no indication that something is not happening. Whenever we feel frustration and disappointment and it seems like something is stalled out, oh, Spirit is always working if we have prepared in our consciousness for that work to be percolating. So this vision, I thought it was really like a no-holds-barred imagining for what this church could become. And I described it as exciting and inspiring beginning point that had not come to fruition, especially the much-desired new minister situation. But you all have no control over headquarters contribution. You have no direct control over how many candidates will apply. But you can manage how you all hold this situation in consciousness. And I'm speaking to you today to ask you all to give a holy yes to participating in the consciousness of drawing a new minister into your experience, to make space in your consciousness, to go back to Charles' words, to clothe, to put form on the possible expression for that new minister. That means you imagine what the experience will feel like, trying to let go of whatever expectations and ideas your human mind and thinking might hold. Like, try and lay down a specific name that you've been rummaging around in your head for a while. And stepping into the unknown, stepping into the realm of spirit, the unlimited creative capacity, that imaginal realm from which we make real. What does it feel like to have this new individual? What do they contribute? How do you support one another? Then we engaged in a collective visioning process together to invite the wisdom from other than the conscious mind to be revealed, to rise in the group of the Board of Trustees. That exercise generates divine ideas. It does not write out a 6-month plan. So we spoke about the unique qualities of Unity of Kona. And I can kind of see on some of your faces, well, I'm making it up because I don't have my glasses on, but I'm sure I would see on some of your faces that you were in the same exercise the group was yesterday. Oh, your mind is spinning. You can see the questions. You're making up the answers already. And that's the cart before the horse kind of energy. When you can, to raise your consciousness in support of this divine idea, relax into what you don't know. So Spirit can rise in that space within you to call forth what wants to be. Try and let go of all the list of what ifs and oh dears that our human thinking can generate. I'll just speak for myself. When my mind gets a hold of an idea, the first thing it starts thinking about is, why can't it work? And if I'm stuck there, I cannot create. I cannot participate with Spirit in generating new ideas, creativity, enlivened action from guidance. So we breathe and we let go. That's why I shared that prayer this morning from Charles. To be in the presence of pure being, to relax into the truth, to stand in this holy ground, as Tillich wrote, the ground of being, to access your human mind beyond what exists in that space and reach into the unlimited territory of divine consciousness. I'm watching time. We're going to move more quickly. Yesterday, I used the metaphor of this chart of your visioning as stick figures. How this graphic representation of this ambitious plan still didn't have filled out form. And so my invitation is to, as I said, clothe those stick figures. And I said yesterday, to put them in red carpet, Oscar-worthy costuming, to become meat on the bones of that vision so that you can sense it, feel it, move in the energy of it, and to imagine together what a new minister with enlivening and inspiring energy in this congregation can grow into that vision. Because the right and perfect minister for this community already exists. Nothing is missing in the realm of spirit. Absolutely nothing. Now, I suspect you all have your own experiences that illuminate that for you. So if that's true, as I have those experiences, I've touched the place in spirit where I've experienced the unlimited, then what is it about our humanness that has us set that aside every time it's a new question? If we hold on to that which we know, that which we've experienced that is beyond the limitations of the human self, there is nothing that cannot be accomplished. We just need to relax, to pray, to listen, to allow the movement of spirit to create it. Because the resurrection does not tell us that that experience is the final word. Appearances are not the final word. What you can see and look at right now is not the final word. But the rising within says, we do not create from fear, we receive from spirit. That we align our consciousness with the life, the experience that we are praying to embody. So what does this mean for this community right now? We're not here saying we hope the right minister comes. We become the kind of congregation that can recognize, receive, support, and partner with the right minister when that individual appears. I tell you boldly, a powerful vision as you hold in your hands in this document. It's a historical, maybe hysterical document, held in your spiritually mature consciousness. That energy can help draw the perfectly aligned new minister to Unity of Kona. I know this is the truthful experience for this community. But it doesn't happen by magic or denial of the practical work that will also come, but it begins with the law of spiritual resonance, that your consciousness organizes with divine order to move everything for your benefit, for your highest good. So hold this in consciousness, in prayer, in faith, in expectancy, because that's what shapes how each of us shows up and what we are able to recognize when it walks through the door. The call is not just to begin a search. The call is to rise to the occasion. And I see the energy of it present in this community. Thank you, dear ones. You are on the right track. And God is a great partner in this bigger work. And so it is.
Thank you so much. We've got our marching orders, don't we? Yes, we're going to think big, we're going to be big, we're going to do big, right? Okay, yes, thank you. Right now we're going to get out our offerings and our tithes that you want to help support this ministry. And we're going to hold them in our hands as we say our offering prayer together. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I am abundantly prosperous in every way. Oh, I believe that. Okay. Oh, and Elaine and group are coming forward with some music, and we're going to sing Higher Ground on page 12. Wow, that choir of ours is sounding better and better, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. Together we're going to bless the offering. Thank you, ushers. Together through Spirit, we know that as we give, so shall we receive. We dedicate and consecrate these gifts to do your will and your work in this center and in our lives and in our community. And so it is. Yes. All right. Next Sunday, our Reverend Sophia will be here on the screen. And she will be speaking on living the new life, embodying possibility every day. Resurrection is not just something that happened, it's something you live. This message invites you to release old patterns, align your daily habits with your divine identity and consciousness, choosing joy, purpose, and possibility in each moment. Sounds good, so we don't want to miss that. Thank you so much for coming today. And, invite your friends, invite your family to come join us too. We would love to have that. And right now we're going to join our hearts together as we get in a circle behind the cameras. And we're going to sing, Let There Be Peace on Earth. Oh, boy.
And until we meet again, we'll sing Aloha Oi.
Aloha oi, aloha oi, eke ono no rikaripo, one fond embrace, ahoy ai-ao, until we meet again.
Ahui ho, everybody. We'll see you next week.